Greetings, Lightworkers. This is Oya Transformation, and this is your daily Oracle reading for Sunday, the 6th of September, excuse me, 2020. The cards have been shuffled and divined, and the messages are as follows. The first card that was drawn for this day is the Eye of Horus, Awakening of Divine Perception. Well, this card comes to tell us that, particularly in this time of pandemic, when we are doing less outward things, we're not interacting as much as we used to, and so we spend a lot more time getting to know ourselves. This card is saying, be clear that the signs that you're getting, the feelings in your gut that you feel that are telling you that something is right for you or not so right for you, guess what? They're right on target. Don't underestimate your ability to divine for yourself. Know that the answers are yours and they are only yours. And looking outside of yourself for answers is a good way to stay confused. Because what I know for sure is nobody can walk my world like I walk my world. And I'm sure that goes for you as well. Whatever you do, however you were created divinely to show up in this world, is yours and yours alone. So you can ask all you want, all those things and people outside of yourself, but it still comes home to you. Can you walk with those decisions? Can you walk with that thought process? Or do you need to be clear on what yours is? Okay. And it says here that the gifts of divination, clairvoyance, divine communion all flow through the truth of the fountain of the heart. There's only one of which we are all part of. At a certain point in your life, nobody has to tell you how to behave or what works for you. You know it. It's either making your heart sing or your gut clench. Okay, well, we're moving on to the cards that support paying attention to recognizing that our perception is what it is. It's our walking stick and it's there for us. And that is the wondrous universe, a walk in beauty. And what this card is saying is that life and all thereof wants to be recognized. It wants you to pay attention to all the things that we take for granted that are working out. All the things that we take for granted that are beautiful in our world. Because best believe you got a whole bunch of, and I'm talking about me, when things aren't working well in your world or mine, you're going to hear about it. Because I got a whole bunch to say about it. Let's take on maybe that we're doing that a little backwards. So when things are working out in your world, let's have the grand celebration. Yahoo! It's working! Somebody say yay! Let's have the grand celebration for when it's working out. Because just how many opportunities to dance we miss if we're having all these grand parties about what's not working. Hoopla for days, because it ain't working. I challenge you to be more openly praising, more openly excited about what does work. I guarantee you life will feel a lot better in your shoes if the majority of your conversation is about all the wonderful things that are working. Try it on. All it could do is work. The second card that supports the divine perception that we are honing is right is the Death card. And the Death cards ask us to remember that all endings are the root of new beginnings, and not to spend too much time in sorrow, because an ending is a change, and if things didn't change, we'd be stagnated. We all hope and pray that they change for the better, and we all know that these bodies don't last forever. At a certain point, there's freedom that is given to us again. That's the cry we have for freedom daily anyway, because we remember where we once were, where we were free. And death for that person who dies sends them back to the freedom. And for us, it's a new beginning. Life before the end, and now the life after the end. The same way the trees and the carcasses of animals fertilize the ground for new foliage, so do the end of old ideas fertilize the ground, the spiritual ground, for the new. So let's not give death such a bad rap, because this also is an opportunity. Each time someone leaves is an opportunity to have a Holy Ghost party for all the wonderful things they taught you when they were here. Oh, would it be so sad had it not been so sweet? I also challenge you, if you do not have an altar for those you love who have held you, and believe it or not, continue to try to reach us and remind us of the wonder that is us. Create one. Honor them. Put their pictures up. Talk to them. Burn candles for them. Give them fresh water. Because they held you. We would not be who we are had it not been for those who came before. And the final card of this reading for September the 6th, 2020 is healing. And healing is a number 5. And it says, number 5 speak of being willing to learn. And until we recognize the subtle imbalances as we walk and have our being, the best way to clean up outdated beliefs is to have a button pushed. Because if we could feel the small shifts in our everyday that let us know how we're feeling, because we spent less time doing, I think all of us at this point may have a little bit more connection to these subtle imbalances now. And we thank you, COVID, for giving us that. That was a blessing in that, because triggers and buttons are put in place because we forgot who we are. So that when, I'm going to say, I'll take out and say the people closest to us push our buttons, and we recognize, I'm feeling something here. I don't like it. Or what is it? We can describe the feeling, If you don't like it, you got one thing you can change, and only one thing, and that's you. So, like I said, when the people closest to you rub you the wrong way, there is an opportunity to be a better you. Because how can you show up unrubbable? How can you show up buttons on lock? You know that little control button on the driver's door that you push and nobody can put their windows down? Consider you have that button and you push that button and nobody can get under your skin. You feel it. It may be a shift, a little imbalance, but nothing riles you. Is that not the place we are seeking to get to? Where we can maneuver, navigate, journey through our world without being disrupted. Because it's never your stuff. It's always my stuff that riles me. So, I don't know about you, but I am learning to react less, to respond less, to be more. This is Oya Transformation. Thank you for listening and have the bestest Sunday ever. Be well. Happy holiday weekend. Peace.